So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get us here, up here to the door in the mountains. And we're going to start staring at that booklet. Ow. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to leave. Because those guys only drop magic, I think. But we saw our scenario here for the Golden Path. And I mentioned earlier that the page just had a whole bunch of numbers strewn all about it. And so very much like that golden block puzzle, we have to uncover a giant map for this thing. And so where does that map start? Well, it's page 49. Almost there. 49. And so it says that we start down here on this path. So again, keeping in mind that this thing is called the Golden Path. That is a huge clue to us. So if we start on the bottom and we see the number 12. Again, it can take a while to understand what is this thing even talking about. Right? We definitely see these kinds of puzzles before, and admittedly, you know, we might think that maybe it's like a math puzzle or an algebra kind of thing. I will just go ahead and say no, it is not. This game has been giving you the pieces to solve this puzzle literally one page at a time. All of these numbers refer to the manual itself. Now, we've even commented on some of these things. So, the first box said to go to page 12. And in here, in fact, we see this little square. Why is this little square here? It's showing a pathway. And so there's this initial part that starts at the bottom and goes to the left. And then from the top, it goes over to the right. Now, of course, we know that we're starting at the bottom, so we'll have to go to the left, and then eventually we come across that second part of this square. That's one page. So if we saw that we're going to have to go left, then we're going to look for page 16. Now, I'm just kind of flipping through the pages right now just to kind of illustrate how everything is set up. Like I mentioned before, this is something that you should try and draw out for yourself. There's this big map with a big grid, and on page 16, I don't see a small square like that, but what is in here that is golden? So again, it's called the Golden Path. It's the bars in the background. And so what we would have to do is figure out how would we draw this as part of a map. Now, of course, we're coming to page 16 from the right side. So if I was going to find a pathway that connected all of these pieces together, I would start on the right, go down, come left, meet back up with this piece, and then head out left to the next part. So, of course, so it looks like we're going to be going left from page 16. I'm not going to do this entire thing, don't worry. But then it says go to page 34. So page 34. Now again, some of these are more obvious than others. Page 34. We're coming from the right side, and part of this map of the atoll is gold, right? I think we even commented on that previously. So in our map here, we're going to have to keep going left, then we go down, then we go left, then we go up, then we go right, then we go back up. And so now, again, next page, we are drawing out the map one page at a time. Again, I'm not going to dwell on this whole thing, but I just am infatuated with how intricate this is. We even saw this one earlier when we opened page 46. You're like, oh, that's a cute little squiggle. Right? We were coming up from the atoll map, and then we squiggle around, and then we go to the right. So that's telling us then that we go to page 28. And so we repeat this process. We are looking for any little sign of a golden path as part of our setup. And so we have page 28. It's the overworld. We've been seeing this the entire game. Down here, so again, the golden path. Right, we saw that little weird zigzag down by that island on the beach. That little zigzag is part of the map. And so for page 28, we're coming from the left side and then we're going to go up. And so this process keeps repeating. And so we end up sneaking ourselves all the way around this whole map, and then again we're creating this giant piece. I wish I had I wish I had the video editing skills to stop the middle of a Twitch stream and switch over to art mode, but I don't have that capabilities. But the idea is that every single page on here has a piece of the map, and except for one. Page 9. So page 9 is here in the book, right? Yeah, and we know that. We saw this page a long time ago. But again, if you're looking for any kind of like a golden square or golden path, kind of like that, there's nothing really that stands out as, oh, this is the path. Now, the only kind of hint on this is the fox is asking for this question mark. And so it says save data, golden box question mark. That's the only golden thing on this page. And so what I am actually going to do now, this game being a little meta than it needs to be, I'm going to quit this game and go to the title screen. Obviously, I've just been uploading my file that the game's been doing. Quick and cat. What if I go to load game? Now, I've mentioned before, I have played this game a couple of times here. There's this weird star that pops up. And over here, what is this? File 5 has been played for 999 hours, has a whole bunch of monies, has a whole 13 pages, has weird stats maxed out. This is not my file. This is not any of my files that I've been playing the game in. Yes, I'm gonna load it. And while this part of this may come off as part of a little bit of a, maybe a little bit creepy, but check it out. We're a little silver fox. We have this little like top-down overhead maze going on here. We can collect more monies. I mean, that's cute. Doesn't seem to be any enemies. That's fine. But we come down to this room, and it repeats. And so what you're noticing here is that the pattern that you need for page 9 is this pathway that you're walking across. And as you remember, page 9 was right above page 12 in the manual. And so I don't think they may not have. Yeah, they don't have the golden. They don't have the actual thing in here. But page 9 was the block for page 9 was right above the block for page 12. Page 12 had that other little divot that we saw that went to the top and to the right. And so this is connecting to that, and it turns out it is a path that goes upwards. And then left, and then up, and then right again at the junction, and then up, and then left, and then up. And so that is where the missing part of that map is coming from. So of course I'm just gonna quit back to title screen because I don't know where to go with that game. So now I'm gonna go back and load into what I think this is my save file. Yeah, let's try this one. Yeah, it says I have 27 pages. Yeah, so that sounds like the one. See where we're at. It's gonna bring us back down here to the, since you're just at the base of the mountain and we hadn't really saved anything, but we can just head back up to the top of the mountain itself. Oops. And we run through our process one last time, and it winds up, a little bit of a spoiler here, that page 55 is the last square, is the end point of our map here. Now, of course, where is page 55? Page 55 is the back cover. Back cover is just saying, from the bottom, go up. And so, I love that the game went through this much detail to try and come up with a puzzle that really culminates in your experience. Now, for all of this praise that I'm giving it, I'm also going ahead and just say, oh my gosh, this maze got me angry. Because I'm thinking back to pre-internet days. Like if a game like this had come out, you know, on the NES or Super Nintendo, or even like older on the Atari, right? You could run through and create this process, you know, creating your own maps and stuff like that, drawing them out. And if you had one tiny mistake somewhere, you have no clue how to check it. Right? It's like you did all that work for nothing. So what I'm going to try and do here, and I might have to edit this out quite a bit, but I'm going to try and follow our golden path here. Up, left, down, left. I screwed up. Up, left, down, left, up, left, down, left, up, right, up, right, up, left, up, right, down, right, up, left, up, left, up, right, up, left, down, left, up, right, up, left, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, left, down, right, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, left, down, down, right, down, down, left, down, right, down, left, down, right, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, left, up, right, up, left, down, left, up, up, right, up, left, up. Crap. Alright, so again, like I was saying, I screwed up somewhere. And again, without the additional understanding that there's a lot of stuff going on here, like, this is so frustrating. Maybe I didn't type it in fast enough. Maybe I mistook a left for a right somewhere. But that's what we've got here as our map piece. And so I'm going to try this again. I'm not going to be reading all the instructions out loud. Maybe I did it too slow. I'm not sure. But I'm going to try and get this thing open here. there it is. So, again, I thought I had typed... So, I typed in what I thought I said earlier, so my apologies if I misspoke something. But yeah, that's the door. The door is open. Little foxy guy, you do not have to be sad anymore. You can be happy and not frustrated. And so, what is up here in the door in the mountains? And also, why did nobody think to just, you know, like, get rope? And no surprise, it is our last page of the manual. Will you collect the page? Yes. It is our instruction booklet. And knowing that this is pretty much the last page of the booklet, here at the beginning, I love this so much. Dear player, you've come a long way, haven't you? They're talking to us directly. You've probably found a lot of secrets. Maybe you stumbled across the hidden trophy room. Perhaps you even freed every fairy. We hope you had fun, but there's at least one more thing for you to do. If this is your final page, you should pay a visit to a certain someone and share your wisdom. Thank you so much for playing. And we got all of our developers and other programmers and stuff that helped out with this game. Keep this letter. You never know when it will be useful. Do not dispose of or eat this document. So this is written as a letter to us. Now, tiny spoiler for something. We saw it talk about a letter way back here. Towards the end of the game. So, it's a little cryptic, but they're saying take this letter, and I'm reading that symbol as 60 seconds in water. Of course, the thing, shh, it's like it's a secret, and then something's going to happen. So what they're saying here is find water in the game. That's my understanding. Again, it's the same star. That's your hint that it's referring to this letter. Stand in water for 60 seconds. I have heard conflicting information of if you have to turn off all of the game audio because it said shh. So you may or may not have to, pipe down all of your audio and everything, or it might just be telling you, hey, don't move. Don't make a sound as you're running around. Just enjoy that time in the water itself. But that is, in fact, the secret to another hidden treasure. But, like the developers suggested, we have to go visit a friend. Now, of course, if only every friend were as willing to accept wisdom. And so we'll see what happens then as we make our way back to the warp zone. And back to that battleground. Now that we have every page. There's probably one closer nearby, but this is the only one I can think of. I'm just going to go back to where we started here. And so, of course, this game has a lot of secrets. Per my understanding, the music of the game, the sound effects in the game, have extra meaning behind them. So, again, I'm not going to dive into that, and that's like spectral music theory or something. But we now have all 28 pages. What happens if we visit our friend? now. So notice that we're not immediately going into fight mode. If you want to fight them, you can. But now we have an option. We're like, hey buddy, guess what? Now, but instead of fighting us, we don't fight. We present the manual. We're sharing the wisdom with others. And instead of rooting ourselves in violence, we're transforming this world around us. And our friend is us? Is it our dad? Is it a parent? I'm not sure. Is it just an older version of us? Are we just sharing this game with ourselves? Now, of course, one of my favorite things is we saw all these little backgrounds in the credits the first time, but now the two of them are enjoying it together. So again, I'm not sure if it's meant to be, child and parent, or younger self, older self. Could be a sibling or other family member. But you shared that wisdom with others, and that's what makes it more beautiful. So we're watching the credits for the second time, for the last time here for me, and for this Let's Play. And so what's going to happen in this point in the game is there is a new Game Plus option. And so what you can do is you do get to keep the upgrades. So like we had was level 5 attack, level 5 defense. If you collect new upgrades in the new Game Plus, you can get level 10 attack, level 10 defense. Things like that stack upon each other. Now, obviously New Game Plus, so some parts of the game are a little bit different. You'll find some enemies in regions where you hadn't seen them before. Now, in my opinion, the graveyard and the cathedral are way too hard on New Game Plus, because you gotta remember, in order to progress through the storyline, you have to lose the battle, and you have to lose all your upgrades. And they put in even tougher enemies into that region. And so I remember like sitting there trying to find I think it was like the wolf statue warrior who was protecting the shrine to the hero in the library. Right? Remember, we had a tough time with that the first time we died. Imagine having to confront that thing, two of them, without any upgrades. You can have weapons and stuff, or you can have weapons and items and things, but you do not have any additional stats to help you out. I'm going to be honest, that was the first time that I put the game into no fail mode, because it was just beyond aggravating for me at that point. And so, again, this game has the difficulty bar there if you want it there. For everybody else, there's ways to mitigate that. So again, no fail mode is available, and just reduced difficulty as well. to make some battles a little bit more easy. Again, for myself, I am actually pretty happy that I was able to get through all of the regular boss battles at normal difficulty. Notice that our finale screen is just the end instead of game over. I totally forgot the train of thought that I was on. That I was able to defeat the bosses at regular difficulty. I did not have to adjust anything until that very end phase with the air that I put on reduced mode. And I'm okay with that, personally. Now, if you're a kind of person who wants to get through it on original difficulty, by all means, join into that. There is obviously a huge community of people who got into this game and covering all of its secrets and stuff. So if that kind of thing interests you, then there are definitely groups and forums of people that you can talk with on that part. That said, for me, I'm just going to very quickly go here to New Game Plus. It's not even an option, it just says copy game and carry most items into a new scenario here. So this makes sense of a couple of things. One, why was there a sword in the West Garden? Well, maybe you don't do the East Garden first. Right? Maybe you're cool and smart enough that you don't have to do that. There's even a what you call it? An achievement where if you can get into the so before you even get the sword, can you get into the quarry and get the gun? Now, this does work on New Game Plus. Yes, you can use no fail mode as well. But the kind of nice thing is, the money that we had from the last game carries over. All of the cards, unfortunately, the cards do stay at 5, so you don't get additional slots for finding the coins again. But we do have our items from last game as well, and all of the different weaponry. So, of course, you know, we can play around with this to our heart's content. You can find you can upgrade your weapons even more. So again, a little bit different. Some aspects are different, some aspects are the same. You'll find some enemies in new places. You'll find some... I don't forget if there's any new enemies. And you were not here. That's for sure. You were not here in the original game. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, but again, some things you have carried over. All of the potions are carried over. You can get more potions if you want to. Now you don't have the zip dash. You have just back to your old-fashioned rollover. But of course, now that we know a lot of the things here for the game, you can start collecting stuff early on, right? You can hit all of those different marks here. Again, we already have this card. One thing that if you want to just run through and feel really good about yourself in this game, one option is to switch to Fire Dagger. So, of course, Fire Dagger is going to reduce your magic. Or, sorry, not your magic. Reduce your HP down to 1. Therefore, you are always in critical mode. Now, of course, we also have cards where we can do, you know, boost offense and defense at critical when you're critical like that. Now, of course, in a situation like that, I would go ahead and put the game on no fail mode on. That way you don't have to worry about dying. But now, you've got a very powerful, you've got a sword. Oh, hey, what are you doing here, buddy? You've got a very powerful sword. It's on fire. You've got increased attack. You've got updated stats. And so you can just have fun. Have fun with this game. And so there's definitely also speedrun components in here. Can you update stuff, or how quickly can you run through parts of the game? I messed up on that. Alright, why is this one not working? I'm not sure. Okay, not sure why this is not working for me right now. Maybe because we already uncovered the thing? That doesn't make much sense to me. Oh, there it goes. So again, obvious mild complaint about the Holy Cross system. Now, of course, we already found what was in here last game, so it's not going to be reappearing. There aren't additional extras in the game here. But this... Oh. I don't have the key to open the door. Oh, that's adorable. Alright. Adorable. Okay. That is my cue. Everybody, I appreciate checking out this Let's Play. I have not done a Let's Play on my channel in years. But I just got so enamored with this game, and it was short enough that I felt I could take the time to record stuff through. Am I going to keep playing this game? Yeah, probably. Am I going to keep uncovering secrets of stuff? Probably. Am I going to be diving in way too deep? Yes. But until next time, thanks everybody for watching. Augie saying later.